Okay, so I haven't made a video in a while, but I had to make this because it's something I've already talked about many times, but I want to zero in on it. Like, not as like a passing thought or part of some other video, but like dedicated to this topic. So, you guys know I've talked numerous times about how the massive hypocrisy that comes from the left all the time. The leftist mainstream media, the SJWs, leftist politicians like Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris. It never ends, and what's sad is that they're not even trying to hide it anymore. I mentioned this in a recent video. I think it was the mainstream media as being unfair to Joe Biden video. But regardless, I brought up that the mainstream media is either so tired of lying or they don't really care to hide it anymore because they've already diluted like most of the world, that they're just now kind of like blatantly doing it. Like when they threw Biden to the wolves because he failed the first debate against Trump, they didn't even try to pretend that they were supporting him right up until that point, right? They just, there was like no regard. And again, I don't know if it's because the mainstream media is just tired of lying or they just don't care because everyone's fucking delusional and brainwashed now. But you can see that the mainstream media's effort is kind of like, oh my god, how like I know it comes from like their head up, right? Like you can't actually blame like Don Lemon of CNN or Jake Tapper, Rachel Maddow, because they're just doing their job, right? They're just doing what corporate tells them to do, and if they don't do it, they get fired. If they don't lie, because they're literally told to, they lose their job, right? Obviously, I do still think they're scum because sometimes they have discussions that are unscripted and they're still saying stupid shit, although that's also out of fear and things like that. And again, they're just trying to get a paycheck for their families. I understand, but they still work for the mainstream media. They still decided to become modern journalists, so it's on them too. Okay, as far as I'm concerned. Regardless, though, we've seen billions of examples of the left insulting certain things that a conservative does, not because what the conservative is doing is bad, but because a conservative is doing it. If you don't think I'm telling you the truth, look at my track record. I've been wrong like 4 times in 15 years, okay? I've also shown examples in past videos. I'm not in the fucking mood to go through my videos and say, I said it in this one, watch it, okay? I said it 6 years ago in this video. I'm not in the fucking mood for that. I do that in most of my videos. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm tired. I'm just going to get straight to the point, okay? But point is, there are many things that Trump did that was not bad at all or was just flat out fantastic, but the media would say, oh, it's so horrible that Trump is doing this. Do you know that if Trump lowered taxes, it would actually be very damaging, and here's why. Oh, but if Kamala Harris says she's going to lower taxes, that's good. We see that all the time, constantly, and I'm so fucking tired of it. It's bad if a conservative does it, but it's good if a Democrat does it, you know? If Joe Biden rigs the election, it's just for the greater good, but if Trump rigs the election, he's a fucking insurrectionist, you know? Like, SJWs too, it's just, the same logic applies to non-politicians, you know, like, if Black Lives Matter riots, it's a protest. But if white people protest, it's a riot. Like it never fucking ends. Right? Or the typical that I've mentioned like over 50 times on my channel alone, like all white people are racist. Blame them. Racism is their fault. We need to convince all black people that they're victims and all white people that they're attackers. Meanwhile, then you go and check the facts and find out that, 76% of all racism on social media is geared towards white people? Like, again, just keep fucking lying over and over and over again. It's never gonna stop, and I'm so fucking tired of this shit. But regardless, this is the point of the video. Yes, it's an unquestionable fact up until this point, but I'm going to show you 3 examples that happened within the past week alone, and they all involve Kamala Harris. They are things that when Trump said he was going to do it, he was criticized because it's so horrible. How dare a conservative say something positive? But if Kamala Harris steals the same idea, all of a sudden it's a great thing and she gets a thumbs up. So obviously we all know about Trump's border wall, right? Nothing crazy there. Trump has been wanting to build a wall since 2015, and he did. The wall is built. And as anybody with half a brain knows, I know that the mainstream media loves to like delete things that were said in the past and then say it in the future as if it's brand new information to brainwash people. If you don't know how true that is, watch my video titled "The Internet is Now a Weapon and Google Fakes Results." I talk about it there and a few other videos where I mention how the mainstream media actively removes past information, either that was true or a conspiracy theory as they called it. And then a couple of years later, when the topic is no longer valid or important, they bring it back and say, "Guess what? That thing was true all along." But the conspiracy theorists don't get credit. The credit goes to the media for figuring it out. Like again, there's so many examples, but Hunter Biden's laptop, when that started, it's a conspiracy by right wingers. And then they waited like a year and a half, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, actually the Hunter Biden laptop story was true. But don't give conservatives the credit. Give us the credit, because we're the media and we tell you what to do and think. All right, anyway, so the border wall. Every Democrat was against the border wall. The entire mainstream media was against the border wall. And now all of a sudden that Kamala's running, the border wall is good. Yeah. So here's some older tweets by Kamala. American taxpayers deserve comprehensive immigration reform that favors respect and dignity, not a border wall. Okay, cool. Next. We should do something about the actual emergencies that plague our nation, like climate change or healthcare, not playing politics in order to build a wasteful wall. The Senate continues to reject request after request for Trump's border wall. This vanity project would be a misuse of taxpayer money, and the president needs to give it up. As I said, Trump's border wall is a complete waste of taxpayer money and won't make us any safer. Trump's border wall would be an absolute waste of taxpayer money. I won't support it. And then a video.
To have an administration and a president of the United States who puts his vanity projects ahead of the needs of the people of our country. And let me just be more clear about that. I've been to the border. I've prosecuted transnational criminal organizations. The idea that he is trying to say that we have people that are trying to invade our country to commit mass crime is a crisis of his own making. You talk with the people who take an oath to protect our border, and they will tell you the trafficking that is happening.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
Point is,
here's the point.
Has spent decades fighting violent crime.
So now this is a recent ad for Kamala's campaign regarding immigration.
As a border state,
she actually put Trump's wall in her fucking ad. We are living in fucking...
State prosecutor, she took on drug cartels and jailed gang members for smuggling weapons and drugs across the border.
A second shot of Trump's wall. It's bad enough that you are stealing Trump's idea, and all of a sudden it's good because you're a Democrat. But to actually put Trump's wall in your ad while insulting Trump's wall...
Border. As vice president, she backed the toughest border control bill
Trump's wall again?
In decades. And as president, she will hire thousands more border agents.
Okay, okay, whatever. So that's number one. All of a sudden the wall is good because it's a Democrat. And now watch. Imagine if after Kamala, there's another Republican, or let's say that Kamala loses and Trump becomes president next year. I guarantee you the wall will be considered a bad thing again, just because Trump is the one who did it. But if Kamala does it, it's good. Okay, so you guys may have heard about another policy Trump had called no tax on tips. That's something that Trump's been saying for like 4 or 5 months, I think, something like that. But as soon as, and by the way, every single person, the mainstream media and the Democrats said, no tax on tips is dumb, that won't help, fuck Trump. But guess what? Guess what Kamala did? So this was originally from the GOP. Vote Trump for no tax on tips, right? Then you get some random liberal fucking journalist, like they all are. I know servers who earn over $110K a year in tips. Why should they not have to pay tax on that income, while police officers who earn less than $38K per year and teachers who earn under $55K a year do? Yes, you should be paying tax. Fuck Trump, right? Trump's a piece of shit. Okay. This is going mainstream, right? Vote Kamala Harris for no tax on tips on your receipts. I did. I'm done. I'm done. So another idea stolen from Trump that is now good because a Democrat is the one saying it. Okay, and the third example I'm just going to take directly from Mark Dice's recent video. Here you go.
Oh, and I almost forgot, she stole another one of Donald Trump's ideas. Listen to this. Donald Trump, back in May of 2020.
Will cap cost at just $35 a month per type of insulin, and some plans may offer it free. So for everybody who's getting ripped off and paying tremendous prices, senior citizens, is a tremendous saving.
It is President Biden and I that took on Big Pharma and finally capped the cost of insulin for our seniors at $35 a month. But Donald Trump and his running mate intend to get rid of our $35 cap on insulin.
Do you see that? Not only did she fucking steal his idea. Like, that was bad enough. 3 times, by the way. There'll probably be more. But then flat out lie and say that Trump's the one trying to get rid of it. I mean, Kamala, you could have just stolen the idea and stopped there. You didn't need to also add in, oh yeah, Trump's also getting rid of it. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I've been talking about for over 10 fucking years. I swear to God. Like, I'm so done with, like I'm not done. I'm gonna keep doing it. But I mean, I'm done as in I'm fed up. I'm so fed up with going after these politicians, the mainstream media, SJWs. I'm so tired of it. Because nothing fucking changes with these people. And you regular people. I mean, we know this, but I'm just gonna flat out, like, say it. If you are a Democrat and you trust or trust the mainstream media, I'm sorry. I can no longer just say that you're a little uneducated, you're a little ignorant, you probably don't do research very much. No, I think that you actually have a mental disorder. I really do. I think you actually have a disorder. It's not just like, oh, you're ignorant or a little dumb. I think you have an actual disorder in your brain. There's something wrong with you. Because when Kamala not only steals it but also lies, that's what the mainstream media does every day. It's not just as simple as Kamala saying, oh yeah, Trump's trying to get rid of it. Listen to me. Don't trust your eyes from 2020. It's not even about like, oh, you may have forgot or something like that. This is how the mainstream media operates on a daily basis, to not only deliberately avoid telling you the truth or avoid giving you details to manipulate a particular story, but flat out fucking lying. Flat out taking reality. They take reality, break it, throw it in the past, and pretend it never happened. Do they not understand that on the internet, everything you say and do is permanent? It's there forever. Just because it was 4 years ago, just because you censored it and you took it out of the Google results, doesn't really mean it's gone, because YouTubers like me and him and many others are just going to replay it, mirror it, re-upload it. Like, it's not going to be gone, okay? Now, I do agree that there's a lot of people who watch TV and watch CNN and don't go on YouTube to see people like me discussing it, mirroring it, re-uploading it. There are people who miss that. And that is what they're banking on, okay? They are banking on people who just don't go on YouTube to search up facts. They are hoping for that, because obviously this clip right here, this 2020 versus 2024, this will never be shown on TV. It'll only ever appear on YouTube. So they're preying on all the people who don't go on YouTube, which is a lot of people. But you do have to have a fucking disorder to be manipulated by shit like this. It never ends. And again, this is not just, for those of you who, again, are really stupid, this is not just 3 examples. This is not just the last 2 weeks. This is not new shit. This has been happening for well over 10 years. Longer. Since before the SJW culture began. It's gotten worse. since the SJW culture began, but that's not when it fucking started. It was always, the mainstream media always did this shit. Just less often, or less severe, or less seen, because YouTube wasn't a big thing where people could make videos and show comparisons and yada yada yada. But it's always happened. And it's not, but this is also not just a thing the media does. It's what the mainstream media is constructedly based on. Manipulation, brainwashing, lying, and twisting of reality, and telling you, sometimes literally, like the Kyle Rittenhouse case, saying to you, don't trust your eyes, trust us. Chris Cuomo actually fucking said that. Okay, anyway, there is your shit on why Kamala Harris is full of shit. If you vote for her, you're dumb as fuck. She's cackling Kamala because all she fucking does is laugh when she can't answer questions because she's really fucking stupid. I've actually heard some people on the left are literally saying that Kamala is better because her laughter shows that she has human emotions. Yeah, I've heard people actually say that. Imagine lacking in knowledge of human behavior that much. Let me just break it down for you, for those of you who don't know. Her laughing is not because she's just a politician with emotions. No, you can tell by how she laughs and when she laughs. It's a nervous laugh done based on whenever she's backed into a corner. So, for example, if she's in an interview and she's asked a question and she can't answer the question, she will giggle. It's a nervous laughter because she's too dumb to construct sentences and answer questions. She's not smart enough. Like, literally, she's not intelligent enough to answer political questions, so she laughs. That's why she does it. That is the literal fucking reason. It's not just an emotion. Okay, she's stupid. She's dumb as fuck. But, then again, she's also a woman, so you'll vote for her just based on that, right? Who the fuck needs knowledge or experience when you are a female? The modern world. Okay, I've had enough. Bye.